And here we go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to BWTM Online. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, and leave your comments. Of course, share the video as well. This is Hughie Fury versus Samuel Peter preview, breakdown, and prediction video. Okay, how do we begin this? I think we'll start by James Ali-Bashir, Uncle James Ali-Bashir's comments he made back about 3 weeks ago when I spoke to him and said that this 2-3 weeks ago when his fight was announced. And at the time, when he heard about Samuel Peter fighting Hughie Fury, he said, Samuel Peter will stop Hughie Fury. I'm like, what? Really? You mean the same Samuel Peter that got beat by Kubrat Pulev, the same Samuel Peter that got flattened by Vladimir on the rematch? That same Samuel Peter that kind of lacks ambition. That Samuel Peter, the former heavyweight champion of the world, the first Nigerian heavyweight champion of the world, being that as well. And trained under our own Stacey McKinley, who's been on the channel a few times. Also trained Stacey McKinley has also trained Mike Tyson for 10 years, Tony Tucker, Alexander Povetkin, Shannon Briggs, and a host of other champions, over 30 champions. Stacey McKinley has trained Samuel Peter, one of them. Doesn't train him anymore. But James Ali-Bashir saw, Uncle James Ali-Bashir saw Samuel Peter about 6 or 7 weeks ago in Las Vegas. And he said that Peter looked in phenomenal condition. He said he looked great on the pads. And he said that Samuel Peter would be able to beat Hughie Fury. Well, it's amazing what 6 or 7 weeks you can do. He says, set that video through. So I know that people are going to be really jumping on what Uncle Bashir said and getting excited about it. Let me get what he said now on the video. I should have it up here. Give me a second. There we go. He says, I just saw Sam Peter workout. There's a workout of Sam Peter. He looked like he ate Nigeria. Fury stops him in 7 or 8 rounds. So that's James Ali-Bashir's thoughts after he saw the state, or he saw that the condition of Sam Peter. That's his opinion. Some people think Sam Peter's coming in good shape. Now, for me, at this stage, it's not about what Sam Peter does. It's about what Hughie Fury does at this stage of his career now. Yeah, he's still young, but you can be young and you can be getting older. But if you don't learn from your mistakes, you're just a young man getting older and not learning from your mistakes. If you're improving from your making mistakes, then that's key. So what do I like about Hughie Fury? First of all, I think he's got one of the best jabs in the heavyweight division. I've always said it. If you've got a jab, it'll take you around the world. If you've got a right hand, it'll take you around the corner. Meaning that anybody can be a right-hand puncher. We've seen that with Anthony Joshua. But if you've not got a left jab to keep a fighter off of you, if you've not got a good stiff left jab to set up your own right hand, you find it's very difficult to break a fighter's rhythm. It's very difficult to stop a fighter walking you down. It's very difficult for you to be in defensive and attacking mode, and it does leave you very limited. Joshua's not the only one. David Price is another one who just flicks a jab out. If you look at Hughie Fury, really rams and slams that jab out. Really good left jab he's got. I guess for me, that's his best punch. And you know, all the great heavyweight champions, you know, the ones Hughie Fury's height, you know, Lewis, Holmes, Ali, those top guys, Tony Tucker, those guys had a beautiful left jab. George Foreman, great left jab. A guy that, you know, when you've got a left jab, boom, that left jab, knocking guys' heads back. When you're knocking a guy back with a left jab, you're ready to throw the right hand down the pipe as well. But of course, if you don't have a left jab, it's a big problem. One that you just a pouring jab, then guys are able to walk inside that jab who should be walking inside, and then they violate you. That's plain and simple. If you don't have a left jab, particularly in the heavyweight division, guys will get inside and violate you. Deontay Wilder is really, he's got a fast improving left jab. He's using that jab as a rangefinder. He's using it to use the right hand. He's also using that left hand to jab people. And he's got a jab hook, come bring you in, and walk you onto a right hand. Beautiful stuff that Wilder's got now with that left jab. He's another one in the heavyweight division that's got a great left jab. As for Samuel Peter, the former WBC heavyweight champion of the world, who next? Well, for him, guys at his age, they're coming back. The first thing they're coming back is not because of glory. Glory is secondary to them. The first thing about them is that they want to make money. They probably haven't spent money the way they should have spent their money, or invested in the way they should have invested earlier in the career. So now they come back later on. And because they're a name, they're banking on their name. Majority of the time they're coming back, they're banking on their name. They're not banking on their name. So when promoters, they go and say, Samuel Peter, former WBC champion, it's the way they can market him. He's a big puncher, often shows durability. Yeah, that's a good fight. Listen, this fight with Samuel Peter and Hughie Fury depends on one thing and one thing only: what Hughie Fury does. I can't emphasize it enough. For me, he needs to take the center of the ring, fight like a big man, use the left jab, keep Peter at the end of that left jab, and drill that right hand through the middle. And as Peter comes in, throw the uppercuts, tie him up, spin him off, and go again. Hold the center of the ring. Don't allow Samuel Peter to get mid-range or up close, because the one thing that you don't lose or late on is your punch, and Samuel Peter is a heavy puncher. There's no joke. Samuel Peter is probably one of the biggest punchers Hughie Fury is going to face in his career, and he can't be laying on them ropes and allowing Sam Peter to get inside and land them big overhand rights. If he gets clipped by one of them, Hughie Fury is going to know about it. I don't care how good Hughie Fury's chin is. The thing I like about Hughie Fury, reflexes. He's able to slip punches. He doesn't get caught clean too often. Good off the ropes. Uses his feet well. Very slippery sort of character. Herky-jerky. All that sort of stuff he does. I like that about Hughie. At times, I do find he can be a bit upright when he's fighting. And I'm not sure if he really likes a dogfight. I'm not sure if he likes it. I'm not sure if he's one of these guys who likes it up close and personal. I think he's one of these guys that like to use the jab, use range, be at the end of the jab, be comfortable in his jab, and get time to throw his punches. I'm not so sure how he does against guys that rush him and put pressure on him, and not just rush him madly, but rush him with some technical ability. And Samuel Peter, with all his experience fighting Vladimir and Vitaly, I think Vladimir and Vitaly fought, fighting those guys, he knows how to fall tall guys. He knows how to fight tall guys, and he knows how to beat or drop tall guys and beat guys. So he's got experience. He's got punching power, which makes him still dangerous. How dangerous he is and how much ambition he's got at this age is going to be key. Ambition can grow with a fighter. If a fighter gets in there and he tastes your power and he's like, now I can handle a bit of this. Let me see if I can step closer to this guy. He's allowed me to get closer. Let me shoot the right hand here. And that's how it goes. That's how it goes. That's how these fighters, and then they start finding more and more opportunities in the fight. And before you know it, they're on top of you and they're beating the crap out of you and you're losing a fight. So Hughie Fury has got to stab. Listen, this ain't your era. Your era is done. You are done. You shouldn't be in the ring with me. And Hughie Fury's got to show that sort of aggression, that sort of authority with the jab, with the right hand, uppercuts, spinning Samuel Peter and dispatching of Samuel Peter. He cannot have Samuel Peter hanging around 8, 9, 10 rounds and allowing Peter to lean on him. And no, that stuff's you've got to be authoritative and show, you know what? I am one of the best heavyweights in the world. Don't forget me. Here's my proof. Here's what I'm going to show you. Well, that's what Hughie Fury needs to do. He needs to make a statement. I'm telling you now, if Hughie Fury could punch like Deontay Wilder, he'd be a heavyweight champion of the world already, because he's got everything else there. He's got good footwork. He's got a good jab. He knows his way around the ring. He doesn't get hit often, so he's defensively responsible. He's got he have a beautiful right hand to line up with that jab. He'd be heavyweight champion of the world, and he still can. become heavyweight champion of the world. Physical strength's always been another issue with me with Hughie Fury, whether he's got the physical strength to really match with the big boys. When you picture him with someone like Joshua, who's physically very big, you wonder how he deals with somebody like that, or he'll deal with Daniel Dubois with the physical strength, those things. But as a boxer, he's up there in the top 10 for me, Hughie Fury, on boxing skills. And that left jab alone puts him in the top 3 for me in terms of left jabs. Absolutely. Got a world-class left jab. I've always said it. So for me, I'm expecting to see a dominant performance from Hughie Fury. I'm expecting to see Samuel Peter either quit in the corner or get stopped on the ropes. I don't see... the only way Samuel Peter wins this fight is if Hughie Fury falls asleep and he just kind of allows Samuel Peter to walk him down and get him ugly and get inside and start throwing big bombs. That's the only way Samuel Peter wins this fight. And if Samuel Peter does that in this fight, I don't know what his father Peter would say. I don't think Peter would be very impressed with Hughie. So that's the way I kind of see it. So that's how I see this fight. I see it as a dominant performance of Hughie Fury. I mean, it's got to be dominant. I mean, it's got to be. If you talk about this guy being at World Honors, it's got to be dominant. You know, a points win for me won't be enough. And that's not to say Samuel Peter is not coming with ambition or he's not come to fight. If he's come with ambition, a few right hands, a few uppercuts, and some nice left jabs rocking his head back should knock that ambition out of him real quick. That's how Hughie's got to be. He's got to stamp. I cannot say enough. He's got to stamp his authority on Samuel Peter early. Doesn't, and Samuel Peter comes in disrespectfully and doesn't rate Hughie Fury and thinks he's just a little boy and I'm going to walk through him. And Hughie Fury gives him them sort of looks, that sort of behavior, that sort of mentality. That's not good. He needs to be handling Samuel Peter the way he's handling guys like, what's this guy? Sam Sexton. He needs to be handling him like that. Right? That's how he's got to handle him. I'm not saying that Sam Sexton is anything in the same class as Samuel Peter, but I'm saying he's got to dispatch of him in that kind of fashion. Destructive. He needs to be dropping Samuel Peter and walking off to the other side of the corner and the referee stopping the fight. That sort of performance inside a few rounds, 3-4 rounds. And people say, yeah, okay, that's what you do with a veteran. That's what you do with a guy that's coming back and it's no business being in a ring with you. That's what he does. So those are my thoughts on that. Again, as always, don't forget to rate, subscribe, leave your comments. So that's me, Hughie Fury, thinking Hughie stops Samuel Peters inside the distance. Good luck to Peter in Hughie tonight, Saudi Arabia. Jedi. See you soon. Take care.